In today's video, we're gonna be talking about like 100 Easter eggs in SpongeBob. Now, how this is gonna work, okay, is I'm going to point out the Easter egg and then I'm gonna show you clips of what that Easter egg is referencing. All right, so I'm gonna shut up and get started. Hysterical history. Here's the first Easter egg.
Waiting for tickets, please.
That's really cool. So as you just seen there, King Neptune's crown from the first 2004 SpongeBob SquarePants movie appears in a glass case at the museum entrance. A really cool reference to literally the best SpongeBob movie, just saying. Here's Easter egg number 2.
Wow! A genuine antique rock! The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles!
I love this one. I'm not 100% sure if this is an intentional Easter egg, but I also really do think it is. As you've seen in Pizza Delivery, SpongeBob makes a comment about being able to ride a rock, and then he literally even rides the rock in the episode. And it seems this is referenced in Hysterical History, because as you guys just heard, SpongeBob looks at this antique rock and says that the pioneers used to ride these babies for miles, and the rock is even rideable just like in Pizza Delivery. So cool. Let's keep it going though. More Easter eggs are coming up.
A gazillion years ago, Bikini Top was hit by a humongous anchor.
It's really quick, but Primitive SpongeBob and Primitive Patrick from SB129 reappear during the Bikini Bottom origin scene. Also, the prehistoric location and houses from UGG also reappear in the scene.
Pioneers have to watch out for those dirty, stinky outlaws.
It's the Grungy Gang! Ooh, I knew something smelled fishy.
This Easter egg is more of like a recent one, so I understand some of you guys not getting it. But if you look at these guys that are a part of the Grungy Gang, they're actually the same cowboys from the season 13 episode, A Skin Wrinkle in Time.
Psychedelic Sea Era.
Yeah, so who remembers SpongeBob's Last Stand? Patrick and SpongeBob, they like protest the demolition of Jellyfish Fields and they dressed like hipster versions of themselves. Well, they make a reappearance in this scene right here and they look as chill as ever. Now guys, we're gonna head over to another episode now. Let's head over to Sammy Suckerfish. There's like 3 Easter eggs in this episode and they're all really freaking cool. Here's the first one.
Crabs is cheap. Squidward smells.
It's true! Squidward smells great!
References to old school SpongeBob are always the best, so I love this first one, as that graffiti right there is a reference to Sailor Mouth. It says Squidward smells and Mr. Krabs is a blank, and this is identical to what SpongeBob finds on the dumpster in Sailor Mouth.
Lick up the windows, lick up the doors, lick up the ceiling, lick up the floors.
Easter egg number 2 from Sammy Suckerfish is all about the sterilized Krabby Patty, as it seems to be similar to SpongeBob's sterilized kitchen in Procrastination. Some people on Reddit said this one's an Easter egg, but I don't know, guys. This next one, though, is definitely an Easter egg.
What do you expect from a sewer dwellers convention? Table manners? Alright, you've had enough.
So this dude right here is the sewer monster, and he actually made his first appearance all the way back in like season 6, so like 20 years ago, so like 12 years ago. But in Sammy Suckerfish, he actually like randomly appears as a customer, and this is the first time we've seen him since Krabby Chronicles, so a really interesting one here. That's it for Sammy Suckerfish, but let's head over to Sheldon SquarePants. This one has one Easter egg that's really cool.
Why, look, Cecil! It's a baby boy!
Fantastic! I've always wanted our son to have a brother!
Some might argue if this is actually an Easter egg or not, but the ending of Sheldon SquarePants, as you just seen, hints that Patrick's parents from the Patrick Star Show are canonically alive outside of the Patrick Star Show. We've never seen them outside of the Patrick Star Show, and remember that like them being introduced technically retconned Patrick's actual parents from regular SpongeBob, Herb and Margie. So technically an Easter egg, but if you want the real deal, let's head over to The Dirty Bubble Bass, which has 4 Easter eggs in the one episode. Here's the first one.
We can handle this ourselves.
Wow!
This is really really cool? So back in Mermaid Pants, which isn't the oldest episode, but it's still already around like 10 years old. But in this episode, it's revealed that Mr. Krabs is actually a comic book fan, which I'm gonna be honest with you, is not very like accurate to his character. This dude used to serve in the Navy. When was he ever reading comics? But anyways, Mr. Krabs' superhero room that was first introduced in Mermaid Pants reappears in his office in this episode. This one goes really back to Krusty Krab training video, one of my favorite SpongeBob episodes, as in this episode we see this please wash your fins sign right here. Now we literally haven't seen this sign since that episode, but we do see it in the dirty bubble bath right here, making for a cool reference.
Jackpot! Or should I say, chomp pot?
Back in the hankering, a big plot point is this large vat of chum. And in the dirty bubble bath, it just randomly reappears right here. Here's one more from the dirty bubble bath, and then we'll head over to our next episode.
382.
Did you catch it? Well, the kitchen sign from the classic episode Welcome to the Chum Bucket reappears in that same chum vat scene. Now these four were awesome, but they've got nothing on the Easter eggs in Squidiot box. Here's the first one.
Oh, not bad. A jungle safari could be fun.
When Squidward imagines himself in a safari outfit, this is actually a reference as he wears the same safari outfit that he wore in Yellow Pavement. Well, the hat's the same, so this one might be a reach. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's kind of similar. Next up, we've got the episode Bassword. Here's Easter egg number 1.
Old Man Jenkins has a plane!
Oh yeah.
This one is so cool. So if we go back to, I believe, season 3, we have the episode, The Sponge Who Could Fly. And in this episode, SpongeBob wants to fly like the jellyfish. And when his pants get like inflated, he actually like kind of flies. Now, there's a running gag in this episode about Old Man Jenkins and his plane, as you guys seen in the clips, all right? Well, this exact plane from The Sponge Who Could Fly reappears in Bassword.
Jetsam City, here I come.
This one's like interesting, but the Bikini Bottom station has the exact same design it had back in the Great Patty Capital. Let's head over to our next episode, Buff for Puff. Of course, here's the Easter egg and what the Easter egg is referencing.
Nice show, bro!
Whoa, Mr. Krabs, looking good! Was that Larry?
All right, if you aren't a massive SpongeBob nerd like I am and tapped into the SpongeBob universe, you might not get this one, but as some of you probably know, there's a SpongeBob spin-off show called Camp Coral. Both Mo and Craig Mamilton appear weightlifting together, which is also a reference to them being frigate captain members back in Camp Coral as well. So yeah, here's Easter egg number 2 from Buff for Puff.
This was a mistake. Abandon Jim!
You can do this, Mr. Krabs. Do it for Mrs. Puff.
SpongeBob's gym outfit in this shot right here is the exact same one he wears when exercising with Gary in Gary's Got Legs. Let's head over to Single Cell Defense and talk about the Easter egg I found in that episode. Okay, so this flower shop right here with shattered glass is a reference to the episode Love That Squid. You guys seen the clips before this, so you get it, but this one's hilarious. I love that they even kept the shattered glass from Love That Squid. Here's Easter egg number 2.
Congratulations, Plankton! But remember, this technique is to be used strictly for self-defense.
Oh, of course, Sensei Sandy.
This one's kinda weak, but I'm gonna include it anyways. But as you heard, Sandy tells Plankton to only use self-defense for good, which is exactly what she told Squidward in Squid Defense.
Karate ain't for revenge. It's a delicate art that helps you protect yourself.
So maybe an Easter egg here, and even if it is one, it's kinda lame, so let's head over to one that's actually really good. I'm talking about Jolly Lodgers. Here's Easter egg number 1. It's easy to miss, okay? But when Squidward's bus arrives at Hotel Halibut, Jim's limousine from the original Fry Cook can be seen outside of the hotel, making for an awesome reference. I loved Jim the Fry Cook. He's from the original Fry Cook. There's another Easter egg in this episode, or I guess I should say Easter eggs, because it's like a ton of Easter eggs in one. There are numerous references to the episode I'm Your Biggest Fanatic. In I'm Your Biggest Fanatic, we learn that SpongeBob is obsessed with Kevin C. Cucumber, who's like a famous jellyfisher, and he attends a jellyfishing convention where we see Dr. Manowar and the Jelly Spotters. And all of these characters reappear in Jolly Lodgers. Anyways, next up is Star Robics. This is a season 3 episode of the Patrick Star Show, and I will say season 3 is like really good. Season 1 was like alright. It felt like it was made just for the purpose of a spin-off show, but season 3 is like really good, dude. But anyways, here's the first Easter egg from this episode. As you can see, we get this shot right here of this time closet wheel, and there are multiple locations seen on it that are references to other locations from SpongeBob. For example, prehistoric Bikini Bottom, which we already talked about today, Random Land from SpongeBob and Random Land, I do not want to go there, Conch Street, the surface of the moon, and the future seen in SB129. Okay, one more Patrick Star Show episode. The episode is the Fun Bucket, and take a look at this.
Where would you like to go?
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah, that right there is Patrick's Department of Thoughts, which was originally seen in a season 6 SpongeBob episode. The episode is titled Chum Bucket Supreme. All right, back to regular SpongeBob. I know that's what you guys really want. Let's do the episode Ma and Pa's Big Hurrah, another season 14 episode, which is all about SpongeBob's mom and dad making their first reappearance in a couple of episodes. That isn't the Easter egg though. So this one's debatable, but this seems to be a reference to the season 5 episode Roller Cowards. In this episode, SpongeBob and Patrick want to ride a new roller coaster at Glove World, the Fury Fisto Pain. It pretty much like kills people, but they really want to ride it. Now, in Ma and Pa's Big Hurrah, as you guys saw, when SpongeBob and his parents are at Glove World, they skate on a roller coaster that looks like pretty much identical to the Fury Fisto Pain. It isn't confirmed to be an Easter egg, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think this is an Easter egg. Check out our next Easter egg in the episode Sponge Chovy. What a cool reference to the first ever episode of SpongeBob. It's not exactly identical, but it's very close, with SpongeBob sending numerous Krabby Patties out to anchovies just like he did in Help Wanted. Alright, let's head over to Tango Tangle. It's all about Plankton and Karen taking dance classes, and they actually are kind of good, like they kind of slap, but I mean, come on, we're here for Easter eggs.
Love the new stems, Plankton. Whoa.
This one is really cool. So who remembers the episode I Heart Dancing? Yeah, well, who remembers the outfit that SpongeBob wears in this episode? This outfit right here. Look at my boy. I want to get one of those outfits for myself. Now, as you guys just saw in the clips we showed you in Tango Tangle, this exact costume is referenced. Here's the next Easter egg from the same episode.
Oh, yes. Yeehaw!
It did not go well.
In the last scene of that montage, Plankton is actually wearing the same zipper helmet from the iconic episode The Algae's Always Greener. Really, really cool. And believe it or not, I still got another Easter egg from the same episode. Alright, so last one from Tango Tangle, and then we're heading over to another episode. Anyways, this one is really special. So back in the episode Artist Unknown, Squidward over here teaches like an art class, alright? It doesn't go as planned, but the art classes take place at this place right here, the Adult Learning Center. Now, we haven't seen this location for years, like literally since Artist Unknown, so over 20 years. But look, in Tango Tangle, it briefly can be seen in this shot right here, making for like a heartwarming, nostalgic Easter egg. Really cool, and we've got plenty more like this coming up, so let's head over to our next episode. Next up, we've got 2 Easter eggs from the episode very strangely titled Necro Nom 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 Icon. And as weird as the title is, the episode's plot is actually really cool, with SpongeBob getting a magical spell book and him just causing all sorts of chaos. It's a good episode, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Here's the first Easter egg. Let's see if you guys can catch it.
Speaking of customers, stop bothering Mom.
Okay, so who remembers the episode Squeaky Boots? In this episode, Mr. Krabs is being a cheap father and decides to gift his daughter a pair of squeaky old boots. Pearl is obviously unhappy about this, but anyways, these squeaky boots are referenced as look, when Mr. Krabs is kicked out of a fish's cafe, he's kicked right in his big old butt with one of those squeaky boots. I definitely think it's the same boot.
Whoops, pardon me.
What a polite little hunk of cheese.
This one's blatant because it's not like some cameo or a character hidden in the background, but if you remember the episode Scavenger Pants, we were introduced to this lady right here, the Sand Witch. Now, we haven't seen her in a long time. It's been quite a while since we've seen this lady, but that all changes in Necronom Icon, whatever the episode's called, because look, she actually has a very prominent role in the episode. Really cool. Next up, we have Dr. Smart Science.
We now return to one of my favorite scientific topics, astronomy.
Okay, so back before your mom and sister started obsessing over astrology, Squidward over here was a big fan of astrology. Like, my boy was a crystal girly, as back in 2000 and 2001, there was this series of shorts called Astrology with Squidward that would air on Nickelodeon during the commercial breaks in between shows. Okay, so the history lesson is done now. Now we can break down the Easter egg, as despite not being referenced or talked about for years, Astrology with Squidward was actually referenced in this episode, Dr. Smart Science. As look, Patrick has a wheel with various SpongeBob characters representing the astrology signs. And to really show that this one is 100% a reference, some of the signs, for example, Leo, I'm doing a side-by-side, are even the same. But let's get back to something that a lot of you guys will actually catch, all right? Because like I said, this one was kind of a deep cut. Here's Easter egg number 2.
How does that work?
You guys know I love classic references, and that's exactly what this one is, as back in Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 4, a big plot element is that Mermaid Man leaves this belt right here behind. It's his super belt. It has all these super abilities. SpongeBob plays with it and ends up shrinking Squidward down. And when he's trying to figure out how he can reverse this and get poor Squidward back to regular size, Patrick over here, being, you know, a genius, suggests that he flips the M to a W to put it in Wumbo mode. Yeah, well, Wumbo mode is somewhat referenced in Dr. Smart Science. As in the Patrick's How Does That Work intro, we can see this text right here saying Wumboology or Wumbology, making a clear nod or reference to what I was just mentioning from Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 4. Next up, we've got Blood is Thicker Than Grease, which only has one Easter egg, but it's really, really cool. Roll that clip, guys, and here's a hint. It has to do with Plankton's family.
There's room for the whole Plankton clan.
Hello.
Like I said, I really like this one. So, back in Plankton's army, Plankton decides that he needs to team up with his family to take down Mr. Krabs. And before he actually meets them and eventually realizes that they're a bunch of rednecks, there's this scene where he imagines what they could look like. We get all sorts of different designs of Plankton's imaginary ancestors. And guess what? In Blood is Thicker Than Grease, during the scene we already showed you guys, look, several of Plankton's family members that he imagined appear in this scene. Plankton has an interesting imagination. But yeah, really cool Easter egg, guys, and let's keep it rolling to another episode. Next up, we've got the episode Chum Bucket List. And in this episode, there's the World of Friendship song. Now, throughout this song, there are a ton of Easter eggs. I'm gonna play a couple clips from the song, and then we'll start breaking down all of them. Try and see if you guys can spot any of the Easter eggs before I actually reveal them. Really cool. So during this shot right here of SpongeBob and Patrick's designs were actually storyboarded to channel the style of the first ever episode of SpongeBob. So they were actually drawn in a way where they look like season 1 versions of them. And we've got another one from this episode that happens after the song or after the montage. Roll the footage. Did you guys catch it? So, after the song, this explosion is played, and it might seem familiar because it's actually a reference to 3 older episodes. This exact same explosion clip was shown in Dying for Pi. It was then also used in The Krusty Plate, Frozen Face Off, and Neptune's Ball. And we still ain't done yet, gang. We've got more Easter eggs. Let's head over to another episode. It's in the episode Mamageddon, another season 14 episode that's actually really good, just saying. But I'm gonna play the clip, and I want you guys to pay attention to Squidward's pose, as this is the Easter egg, all right? Roll the footage.
I want my mommy.
Did you guys catch it? If not, don't worry. I do think that this one is kind of a reach. I'm only including this one because the internet, the SpongeBob community has really decided that this one is an Easter egg. But supposedly, the pose that Squidward makes when he, SpongeBob, and Mr. Krabs whimper on the floor is a reference and is identical to the one he did in the episode Immunity on the Krusty right here. Also in the episode Out of the Picture in this scene. But guys, it's time to end this video off with a bang. Like I said, I saved the best for last. Here's our next episode. Coming in hot is the episode Pet the Rock, and this episode has so many Easter eggs. I don't know if we're gonna be able to cover all of them, but we're gonna cover as much as we can.
We can stop at the pet store on the way. Do any of these pets pique your fancy?
This one's really cool. So first things first, this worm right here seems to be a reference to Wormy. This crab right here, though, is 100% an Easter egg, as it's the exact same one from the episode Whatever Happened to SpongeBob. If we look right here, we can see sea chimps from the episode King Plankton. If we jump over here, we can see the sea whelks, referencing the episode Whelk Attack. If we pop over here, we can see Mrs. Puff's peanut worms from the episode Growth Sprout. There's also the earworm over here from the episode of the same name, Earworm. We can't forget about the sea bunnies over here from Bunny Hunt. And of course, we've got Pluffy or Puffy Fluffy, the cute thing that eventually tries to eat Gary from the episode A Pal for Gary. Crazy, dude. That's like 6 in 1 scene. Wild. Okay, so this next one is a bit of a deep cut. So get ready, as what the episode references is very subtle. I didn't even realize it at first. In the episode Ghost Host, the Flying Dutchman realizes that he's lost his scary mojo. So to try and sharpen his skills, he tries to scare both SpongeBob and Squidward. It doesn't go very well, but during one of his attempts to scare SpongeBob, he transforms into this big red bug thing. And honestly, since this episode, we haven't really seen it since, but it seems that this exact transformation is referenced in the episode Ink Lemonade, as during this scene, where Squidward first enters the creepy nursery, there is a picture of this exact same big red bug that the Flying Dutchman turned into on the wall, thus making for, like I said, a really deep cut in terms of Easter eggs. Like, the Flying Dutchman transforms 50 plus times in Ghost Host, so it's interesting that they chose this one to reference in particular. But anyways, here's a clip with audio.
Not creepy nursery rhyme music!
The episode, 20,000 Patties Under the Sea, has an Easter egg in its title. For those who may not know, the title is a reference to a Julie Verne novel, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's not the only Easter egg present in this episode, though. The con man from the episode Chocolate with Nuts is back again, and he cons SpongeBob and Patrick once more. Now after he cons SpongeBob and Patrick, he says, "Hey, thanks again guys." This means he remembers the characters from the last time he conned them. Another cool thing you may not have known about this episode is that Gene Simmons from the band Kiss plays the sea monster in the episode. Pretty cool.
Are you sure you don't want to be our first customer, sir?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wait! We'll pay ya.
Hey, thanks again, guys. Good luck with the restaurant.
Thank you, sir. Come again.
It's specially designed to cradle each candy bar in velvet-lined comfort. But I'm wasting my time. You don't need these bags.
We need them! We need them!
So long, boys. Happy hunting. Suckers.
Back in the season 3 episode, Wet Painters, SpongeBob and Patrick are roped into painting and cleaning good old Mr. Krabs' house. However, there's one important condition. They can absolutely not get any paint or dirt on Mr. Krabs' most prized item, his very first ever dollar. Well, plot twist, they do end up getting some paint on it. And from here, the episode focuses on this dilemma, with SpongeBob and Patrick panicking to get the dollar clean. Now since then, Mr. Krabs' first dollar has made a few cameos, but my favorite is in the episode Whale Watching. It happens fast, but as you can see right here, the dollar is one of the many things destroyed by Pearl's explosive crime. Very, very cool. Here's a clip of the Easter egg with audio.
We're dead, Patrick. Do you know what that is?
It's $1! I win!
That's not just $1. It's Mr. Krabs' first dollar, his most prized possession, and we got paint on it.
I want to go to the party!
Oh, shrimp.
Many of our longtime viewers know one of my top 3 favorite SpongeBob episodes is Season 1's Pizza Delivery. In this episode, Mr. Krabs gets a call for a late-night pizza delivery order, and despite the Krusty Krab literally being a burger restaurant and not a pizza place, Mr. Krabs still takes the order and turns some Krabby Patties into a pizza. Now, considering how iconic this episode is, I was not surprised when I caught this little Easter egg in the Season 12 special, SpongeBob's Birthday Blowout, as during the live action scene where Plankton's voiceover artist is thrown out of the trusty slab, a Krusty Krab pizza box can be seen in the pile of garbage. That's pretty cool. I love classic references that reference the Steven Hillenburg era of SpongeBob. It was the best time. Here's a clip.
Mr. Krabs, we don't serve pizza. We don't deliver. We don't deliver, but you do.
Sorry, Potty, you'll have to hold it. Come on.
Easy for you to say, Rob!
Oh, excuse me, sir. Pardon me.
Ooh, that was delicious. I love surface food.
And last, but certainly not least, our final Easter egg can be found in the episode SpongeBob's Last Stand. But for it to actually make sense, we have to go back to the episode Chum Bucket Supreme. In this episode, Plankton hires on Patrick as an advertising director. I don't know why he picked Patrick, but he hires him on to do the advertising for the Chum Bucket. And Patrick comes up with this slogan, Chum is Fum, as a way to give the Chum Bucket some identity, I guess. Well, this is directly referenced a few seasons later in the episode SpongeBob's Last Stand, as the Chum Bucket slogan, Chum is Fum, is seen on a billboard. Again, another really cool Easter egg.
Jellyfish feels a chance. Plankton's eye, ham on rye, Larry's thigh, battle cry.
You're supposed to be coming up with witty catchphrases to keep that rabble out there happy. Chum is Fum. We've kind of got that one already.
Oh, I like that one!
Oh well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
We have seen many superheroes and supervillains throughout SpongeBob, mainly due to there being so many Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episodes. I love them, some of my favorite episodes. A lot of them have stuck around, for example the Dirty Bubble or Man Ray. But there have been a lot that have just disappeared. One often forgotten supervillain is the evil Jumbo Shrimp, who made his first appearance in Season 1's Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2. Since his debut, he's made a few more appearances, but they've been far and few apart. That is, until the season 11 episode, Squid Noir, as Jumbo Shrimp appears as a poster and an action figure in near mint comic books. And the suburban dad figurine throws the action figure at Mermaid Man's action figure during their fight. It's pretty cool. Here's a clip with audio.
Fighting a rogue's gallery of villains, like the Sinister Slug, the Atomic Flounder, and the dreaded Jumbo Shrimp.
I'm so glad you could make it.
I wouldn't miss this for the world, Dirty.
The most powerful of all crustaceans. It's Jumbo Shrimp.
Our next mistake can be found in the episode Suction Cup Symphony. This episode is all about Squidward writing his very own symphony. Now during this scene, just as Squidward finally finishes writing his song, he has the same look on his face that he had in the episode Squid's Day Off, during the scene where he locked himself inside his house. Oh, also, it isn't necessarily an Easter egg, I guess, but the fish playing the piano in this episode is actually the same fish that SpongeBob sits next to at Reef Cinema in the episode Something Smells.
I did it! Mwah! Yes! There. Now I'll have to stay here and enjoy myself. I'm not even gonna think about you-know-who and the you-know-what doing I don't care.
Hi. I am very ugly, but you should enjoy the movie anyway.
Some of my favorite episodes of SpongeBob are the superhero-themed ones, where we get to see Mermaid Man, Barnacle Boy, and even some villains like the Dirty Bubble or Man Ray get into some action. Now in the Season 3 episode, Mermaid Man vs. Barnacle Boy 5, we were introduced to the Chief, the head of the International Justice League of Super Acquaintances. This guy pretty much sends Mermaid Man, Barnacle Boy, and the rest of the IJLSA on missions. And though his role was pretty important in earlier seasons, the character has not been seen very often since. Well, that all changed in the episode Swamp Mates, as not only does the Chief make his long-awaited return on the screen in the Mermalayer, but he also appears at the end of the episode as well. They even got the same original actor from Season 3, which is like 20 years ago, to reprise his role, thus making the Easter egg even more awesome. Here are a bunch of clips.
Super acquaintances, we need your help.
Holy halibut, it's the Chief.
Thank you for the introduction, Quickster, but we all know who I am. More to the point, we've got news on the whereabouts of Evil. Our sources last saw Evil harassing teenagers up at Makeout Reef. You know, Makeout Reef?
Flop and flounder, Mermaid Man. Make out reef.
Those fiends!
Heroes! It's the Chief! Wonderwell isn't late. She's been kidnapped by the nefarious ne'er-do-well, hoodoo guru, the voodoo villain!
Woohoo! This completes my collection!
So I will admit, this last one could be a coincidence, so let me know what you think personally in the comments. But yeah, I'm like 90% sure this is an Easter egg, but let's get into it. In the episode, The Inside Job, there is a scene where SpongeBob uses dish cleaning items to make a Krabby Patty. And in response, Plankton asks if soap is the special sauce. Well, this exact interaction seems to be referenced in the Season 12 episode Cookie Cooks, as at one point, SpongeBob adds soap to some salads, while saying that he can't forget the special sauce. Again, this one could be a coincidence, but it does seem like an Easter egg if you ask me.
Oh, no, where are those patties? Oh, no, nuh-uh. No, Ah, there you are, Patty. Add one fluffy bun like so, and a squirt of special sauce.
Special sauce. Wait, soap is their special sauce?
How's this? Oops! Can't forget the salad dressing.
So who here is familiar with this character? This character is named Granny, and she along with Miss Grusselpuss are both pretty rare in terms of incidentals. They don't show up very often. Well, they make a slight cameo in the episode Grandma's Secret Recipe, as both characters appear while SpongeBob and Great Grandma are knitting. This isn't necessarily the most mind-blowing Easter egg or cameo, I'll admit, but hey, it's pretty cool.
What I meant to say was, more please.
Knitting circles sure are fun, eh, Grammy Ma?
Nope.
Why are you not having fun?
Why? Because I don't knit, you nitwit!
Are you sure? 'Cause you make a real nice scarf.
In the episode Nasty Patty, another classic SpongeBob episode, this episode is a banger, SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs are confronted by a health inspector who wants to try everything on the menu to see if everything is up to the health code. This guy's name is Health Inspector Yellowtail Andy, and to be honest, we haven't seen him much since this episode. He has appeared a few other times, but he's usually a different color, but recently in the episode A Place for Pets in season 13, he made a big return, and he looks how he used to look, the way he looks in Nasty Patty. This was a really cool reference, and it's awesome to see such an iconic character return to the show, even though it was a fairly minor cameo. But anyways, here's a clip of both appearances with audio.
Try the crunchy kelp dog, sir.
The buttered barnacles are a touch of heaven.
The powdered driftwood is exquisite.
Fresh sludge pudding.
More diet red tie.
Some fried
Please,
fruit.
gentlemen!
Oh no! The health inspector!
Oh, yes, the health inspector. And I'm afraid you can't run a restaurant and a feedlot out of the same building. It's unsanitary.
One of my favorite SpongeBob characters of all time is Man Ray, one of the many supervillains that Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy have had to deal with over the years. Now back in the episode Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 3, there is a scene in the Mermalair where we're introduced to Man Ray's Power Glove, a weapon of his that was stolen by his superhero foes. However, he steals it back. Now, though this item might feel insignificant, it was actually referenced a few seasons later in the episode Back to the Past, as Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy show SpongeBob and Patrick Man Ray's Power Glove, which is locked in the Locker of Memories. They then reconfirm that it was once owned by Man Ray, but after freezing him in tartar sauce, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy took it, which is also a reference, as this explains why Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy had it in Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 3. A really cool Easter egg, I really like this one. Here's a clip.
We're not supposed to touch that stuff. We're not supposed to touch that either. We are really not supposed to touch those, sir. Good people have no use for weapons such as... Oh, the magic claw from episode 1582. Man Ray's Power Glove!
Back in the classic episode, Chocolate with Nuts, SpongeBob and Patrick struggle with their newly founded door-to-door chocolate bar business. That is, until they come across this Barnacle Chips billboard, which inspires them to be a little more business savvy. Well, it actually inspires them to start lying to people, but yeah. Well, as crazy as it sounds, this billboard has popped up quite a few times over the years as an Easter egg, with its most recent appearance being in the episode Teacher's Pests, series. Don't get me wrong, this is totally a really cool Easter egg, but I do find it funny that it's just a simple billboard. Nonetheless, I love classic references like these, so I hope to see it again in the future.
There must be something to this selling game that we're just not getting. Other people do it. I mean, look at that.
Eat barnacle chips. They're delicious.
They are most certainly not delicious, yet they sell millions of bags a day.
Well, maybe if they didn't stretch the truth, they wouldn't sell as many.
That's it, Patrick.
Our first Easter egg can be found in the episode Gary and Spot, and it references a classic episode from season 2, that being the episode Dumped. In this episode, SpongeBob gets his little heart broken when his pet snail, Gary, wants to spend more time with Patrick than himself. So, to try and make little Gary jealous, SpongeBob gets a new pet snail named Larry, who is not only a lot uglier, but a lot meaner too. Like, this snail just sucks. At one point, SpongeBob lets him sleep in his own bed, and he just ruins his bed. Now, since the episode Dumped, Larry has pretty much disappeared from the series, but he did pop up recently in the form of an Easter egg, as when Gary frees all of the creatures from the animal shelter in the episode Gary and Spot, Larry is one of them, thus making for a fun little callback to the show's second season, one of my favorite seasons. Here's a clip with audio.
Come on, let me show you around. Larry, I present to you dinner time. Ta-da! Bon appetit, Larry. That's where I...
Our next Easter egg, or well, I guess Easter eggs, are hidden in the fairly recent season 13 episode, Say Ah. Now, there have been hundreds of incidentals introduced over the years, and this can sometimes result in older ones being discontinued. But fortunately for us longtime fans, the episode Say Ah brings a total of 3 discontinued incidentals back, for the first time in like 20 to 22 years. First up is Incidental 62, who makes their first appearance since the Season 3 episode, New Student Starfish. There is also Incidental 66, who was last seen in the Season 1 episode, Fools in April. Oh, and finally, Incidental 71, who hasn't been seen since Season 2's Patty Hype. Pretty cool, huh? Here's a clip.
It is after class!
Fight! 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 I don't see anyone fighting, do you?
April Fools, you little sausage! Pretty Patties is now under new management! Who's next?
Okay, so I know we already talked about this episode today, but let's head back over to Captain Pipsqueak for a second. Now, when we first mentioned this episode, I went over all of its cool references to past episodes, but I did leave one out, and this is due to it not being from a SpongeBob episode, but from a SpongeBob video game. And that's this blue little dude known as Prawn. Prawn made his first appearance in the SpongeBob video game, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Really good game that I'm actually going to be streaming on the channel soon. But yeah, it's really cool to see Prawn make his way over to the actual TV show. I wonder though, does this mean that SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom is now canon? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm curious.
Prawn!
Did someone call? Oh, I thought maybe I was looking at superheroes. But now I see it's just a couple of pieces of gnarled driftwood.
Prawn! I'll never forgive you, you madman!
What did Prawn do?
The worst thing you can imagine. He put all of Mermaid Man's white clothes in the washer with a red sock.
Everything I own turned pink! Pink!
What is this?
One of my favorite SpongeBob episodes is Season 1's Bubble Stand, where SpongeBob and Patrick do their best to introduce Squidward to blowing bubbles. Squidward really struggles at first, and boy is it hilarious to watch. But the episode's best moment, in my opinion, is when SpongeBob rotates his body to demonstrate and repeats the sentence, "Bring it around town." I mean, come on, if you're a longtime fan, then you know exactly what scene I'm talking about. It's iconic. Well, in the opening of the episode Mimic Madness, this iconic scene is referenced, thus making for a really cool Easter egg. SpongeBob does the exact same thing and even says, "Bring it around town." So yeah, really cool Easter egg. Here's a clip.
Stop on your right foot, don't forget it! Now it's time to bring it around town. Bring it around town. Then you do this.
Our first Easter egg can be found in the episode Bottle Burglars, and it references the iconic Season 2 episode Frankendoodle. In this episode, SpongeBob and Squidward accidentally let Plankton slip away with the coveted Krabby Patty secret formula. So, as you can imagine, the episode is primarily focused on the not-so-dynamic duo trying to retrieve it. Well, spoiler alert, they do, and the episode has a happy ending. But if we watch closely when Squidward turns on the Krusty Krab security footage, a drawing of Doodlebob can be seen on the bottom of the table, referencing both Frankendoodle and Doodle Dimension. I have always loved Doodlebob, so this Easter egg is awesome. Here's a clip with audio.
And when Squidward answers the door, it won't be me! Aw, look at him. Ain't he a doll? All he needs is a tie. Ready for action! Quack! Quack! Quack!
Come on. Now let's see if the security cameras picked anything up.
Hi, I'd like to order half a Krabby Patty, please.
Now our last Easter egg is a bit of a reach, I'll be honest, but hear me out, okay? In the episode Squeaky Boots, Mr. Krabs begins to freak out when he can't escape the sound of, well, squeaking. This drives our favorite crab crazy and gives us this scene where Mr. Krabs turns blue and begins to hear and see the word squeak everywhere. He has a total meltdown. Well, this scene seems to be directly referenced in the episode Plankton's Paranoia, with this scene even using the exact same music, just this time, instead of Mr. Krabs freaking out about hearing or seeing the word squeaks, he's tripping out over Plankton. Again, a bit of a reach with this one, but it uses the same music.
I didn't write that! Who said that? What's that?
Our first Easter egg can be found in the episode Whelk Attack, and it's pretty cool, as it references one of my favorite older SpongeBob episodes, Suds. In this episode, a herd of large sea whelks invade Bikini Bottom, causing all sorts of problems. Why are they invading, you may ask? Well, it turns out that the whelks are sick, as explained by Sandy near the end of the episode. Now, during this scene, SpongeBob compares the whelks' sickness to Suds, the same illness SpongeBob had to deal with all the way back in the Season 1 episode titled, well, Suds. This is a really cool Easter egg. here's a clip.
Well, golly! No wonder they're all grumpy. Them whelks are full of germs. Why, they're sicker than a bull with the squirrel pox.
I know just what to do. After all, I've had the suds. I just have to absorb the whelk snot, and they'll return to normal.
What's wrong with you? You're paler than a baby seahorse. The suds?
Here's that patty you wanted, Mr. Krabs, sir.
All right, SpongeBob, you're too sick to work.
No, Mr. Krabs, I'm okay.
One of my favorite SpongeBob episodes is Season 3's Just One Bite. In this episode, Squidward tastes his very first Krabby Patty. And though he lies and claims to hate them at first, by the end of the episode, we find out the truth. SpongeBob reveals that there is a patty vault hidden in the Krusty Krab that contains hundreds of Krabby Patties. And in the ending scene, we see Squidward break into this place to get his fix. Now, aside from this episode, we haven't really seen the Patty Vault since. However, it does appear in the episode Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 6 in the form of an Easter egg. It's only on screen for a short amount of time, but it can be found during this scene. Yeah, here's a clip.
There it is. Holy shrimp! I don't know where to start. But all that matters is that it's just you and me and nobody.
Squidward? Is that you? Blocks, home to over 5 billion Krabby Patties. One evil mastermind would dare infiltrate this fortified fort and make off with its treasure. It is I, Kelp Thing. Do what I do.
Stop! You can't do that. Forbidden!
Okay, so this next one is very interesting, as it was either the art team being lazy or a really cool little reference to one of my favorite classic episodes, Grandma's Kisses. In this episode, we get numerous shots of Grandma SquarePants' house, and in the kitchen, we can see this bowl with 3 balls of food in it. I have no idea what the food is, but this is what I'm talking about here. Well, multiple seasons later, years later, in the episode Blackjack, we visit Grandma SquarePants' house again. And look, the exact same bowl and food appears again, potentially referencing Grandma's Kisses. I mean, I highly doubt that Grandma SquarePants left the same food out for 5 years. That would be pretty gross, so this was probably a reference. Here's a clip.
Hi, Grandma!
Come in and sit for a while. Have a cookie, SpongeBob. I baked a fresh batch of gingerbread men.
But where's Blackjack?
Oh, Blackjack just called and left a message for you. He couldn't make it because he's got some loose ends to tie up.
Loose ends? My parents! He's tied them up?
And if you don't hurry, you'll miss out on all the fun.
As a lot of our longtime viewers know, Season 1's Pizza Delivery is one of my favorite, all-time favorite episodes, with it being all about SpongeBob and Squidward going on a little pizza delivery adventure, and doing everything they can to get this box of pizza to its destination. Now, I don't know if the Krusty Krab still serves pizza to this day, but it is possible, considering that a Krusty Krab pizza box did pop up in a recent episode as an Easter egg. It's easy to miss, but in the episode Plankton Gets the Boot, a Krusty Krab pizza can be seen in SpongeBob's house, when he and Plankton are watching a movie in the living room. Pretty cool, huh? Now, you probably can notice there are a bunch of other Easter eggs in the shot, but I'm gonna leave you guys to find them, so leave a comment. What other Easter eggs are in this shot? Anyways though, here's that clip.
Ahoy there, Krusty Krab, how can I help you? Pizza? Of course we have pizza. Squid will bring it right over.
Mr. Krabs, we don't serve pizza.
Many unbearable hours later.
Oh, my love. What a fool I've been. You've always been the only one for me.
Our first Easter egg revolves around some familiar fish we've seen before. In the season 6 episode, Krabby Road, Plankton creates an entire band just to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula. Now, it's a good episode with some great moments, and if we watch closely during the episode's opening, we can spot an interesting season 3 Easter egg. In the episode No Weenies Allowed, SpongeBob struggles to get into a new bar called the Salty Spittoon. Due to it only accepting the toughest of the toughest fish, SpongeBob is forced to wait in line with some of these tough fish. But this isn't the last time we've seen them. In the opening of the season 6 episode Krabby Road, they make their return, thus making for a fun little season 3 reference. They're in jail now, so I wonder what they did, but yeah, here's a clip.
You need to have muscles. You need to have muscles on your muscles. You need to have muscles on your eyeballs.
Ew.
Looks like a rip-snorting good time, SpongeBob.
Yeah, let's go in.
And this is the maximum security level. Since this is your first day, I'll let you peek at our #1 inmate. He's too dangerous to let him around the other inmates.
Our last Easter egg can be found in the episode Boating Buddies. In this episode, instead of the typical SpongeBob boating school episode, is all about Squidward attending boating school after getting a ticket. As you can imagine, this was all SpongeBob's fault. Of course. But luckily for him, SpongeBob decides to help out, eventually leading us to this scene where Squidward does his driving exam. For a few frames, the rare incidental character Granny appears, thus making her first appearance since her debut episode, Have You Seen This Snail?
Just let go of it! Hooligans!
There you are, Miss Tuftsy. Oh, Grandma finally found you.
Sheldon Plankton is quite the inventor, with the innocent yet evil little guy creating all sorts of gadgets, weapons, and robots that are all usually used for one-off appearances in episodes. But there has been one invention of his that has popped up multiple times, and that's Robot Plankton. Making his first appearance in the second SpongeBob movie, the robot has appeared twice, with the most recent appearance being in the episode Plankton Retires. The design is pretty much identical, so I would personally say that this was an intentional Easter egg by the art team. Who knows though? Here's a clip.
Me bunions are telling me it's time to stop gloating. Huh? Looks like you're falling apart at the seams. Huh?
For me, sub.
A robot!
Victory dance. Booyah.
How would you be doing that when you're all the way over here in Dullsville,
Because I'm a decoy look-alike robot! Gotcha!
So what I miss?
The episode SpongeBob's Last Stand is all about SpongeBob and Patrick protesting the demolition of their favorite Bikini Bottom location, Jellyfish Fields. Now at one point, we see a parade celebrating the construction of the Shelly Superhighway. And if you're a true SpongeBob fan, you'll notice that the band of the parade is wearing the exact same outfits as Squidward's band in Band Geeks, thus making for another interesting little Easter egg. I love these season 1, 2, or 3 callbacks. They're the best. Here's a clip.
They couldn't come. They died. Then who's that? Ah, that would be my band!
We're ready to perform, Squidward.
Well, Squiddy, this is exactly how I pictured your band would look. That's his eager face.
In the episode Whatever Happened to SpongeBob, SpongeBob develops amnesia after running away from Bikini Bottom and eventually finds himself in New Kelp City. This place is very similar to New York, and believe it or not, SpongeBob actually becomes mayor of this place. However, due to him having amnesia and forgetting his name, he goes by a new name, that being Mayor Cheesehead Brownpants. Well, this is actually referenced in the Season 7 episode, One Course Meal, when Plankton literally refers to SpongeBob as Cheesehead. Here's a clip.
For this, I appoint you Mayor of New Kelp City!
Hi, Plankton. What you doing laying in the middle of the road?
Go away, Cheesehead! Can't you see I'm trying to get run over? In fact, better yet, just step on me as hard as you can. Would you do that for me?
Our first Easter egg can be found in the Season 13 episode, Upturned Girls. I know we've covered it a lot recently, but this Easter egg is really cool and new. But it is a little complicated, so pay attention. In the episode, Squeaky Boots, it's Pearl's birthday. So we learn about flipper slippers, new shoes that are a bit of a fad amongst teenagers, and seem to be especially popular with young girls. Pearl wanted these for her birthday, she doesn't get them, but all of her friends wear them, and we know that Pearl really likes these and really likes shoes. Well, it seems that these shoes are referenced in the episode Upturned Girls, as when Pearl and Narlene enter the shoe area, there is a poster on the wall for what seems to be new, updated, or evolved versions of the shoes. I know this for sure because at one angle, we can see at the bottom that the shoes are by Flipper, and like I said, the shoes that they're referencing are called Flipper Slippers. So, definitely a really cool Easter egg here. Whoever wrote this episode, this is a really cool one. Here's a clip.
What is it, Daddy? It wouldn't be those totally hip new flipper slippers all my friends are wearing, would it? Everyone wants them.
It might be.
Don't forget my new flipper slippers, Daddy.
Darling, I won't.
Attention, Upturned shoppers. There's a sale in the shoe department, 10th floor.
No way, so many shoes!
Huh?
The character Lady Upturn was first introduced in the episode Krusty Catering, and has been quite the reoccurring character ever since, with her even being included in the SpongeBob spin-off Camp Coral, with a major role. Well, the episode Upturned Girls, an episode we already talked about today, gave Lady Upturn's character even more personality, with Lady Upturn getting her own luxury shop called Upturns. And this is where we can find our last Easter egg, as if we watch closely during this scene, we can see that an extremely rare incidental makes their first appearance in nearly 20 years, that being the female collector, who made her last appearance in the Season 3 episode, One Krabs Trash, where she wants to buy the soda drinking hat for Mr. Krabs. Talk about a long-lost character.
I'm prepared to give you $500 for that drink hat.
Not so fast, I'll give you $1,000 for such a hat.
Now that's gonna do it for today's video, guys, but if you want more SpongeBob Easter eggs, click this video right here. Click this video, and I'll see you guys over there. Peace!